There is an art to catching a criminal, especially when the only picture of a suspect comes from a drawing created from a memory.
Action 10's Jessica Holly recently spent the day with a forensic artist, learning how that memory's translated into an image and hopefully an arrest.
The face of a criminal, sometimes captured on camera at the crime scene. But when it's not, that's when investigators rely on a mental picture. The nose, eyes, hair, mouth, all pieced together by the hands of a forensic artist like George Molina.
With composite drawings, you sort of have to surrender your artistic ego. You have very little control over the final product. The victim is the one that dictates the likeness, tells you what the person looked like. So you can't really exercise your own expression or artistic ego in the composite drawing.
These tiny strokes in an hour or two's time are crafted into a face of a possible criminal.
When I'm developing a face, what I'll do is I'll sort of lay out the basic proportions of the head, and I'll start to work from the outside in, laying in the basic shape of the face.
Police say not every faceless suspect needs a composite sketch.
If we use these composite sketches on every case, then I think it would be less effective.
Lieutenant Kelly Isaacs with the Corpus Christi Police Robbery and Homicide Department says these sketches are a tool used mostly in cases that have gone cold or if investigators believe the suspect will repeat the crime, like sexual assault cases. There is a science to the creation of these sketches, beginning with the interview. Molina begins by asking the person to describe the scene, the lighting, the angle, and distance from the suspect. All factors that can affect the outcome of the final product.
When I interview a victim of a crime, there are certainly those cases where they remember certain features more than others. But obviously, when I'm developing a composite drawing, I have to fill in the gaps.
Composite sketches often receive criticism when they're laid next to an arrest photo, the public pointing out the differences in the two images. But Molina and law enforcement agencies say these sketches are never meant to be photographic in nature, rather enough of a likeness to trigger someone's memory.
You want to build in a margin of ambiguity or, something that comes close to what the actual person looks like, because we don't want to potentially rule out any suspects at that point.
We understand it's not going to be exact. It's not, that's someone's memory, and your memory after days go by, depending on what the circumstances were surrounding what you're trying to remember, certainly alter accurately what you're seeing.
By preference, Molina likes to use a grayscale when he is putting together his composite sketches. But he says, though, if a witness or victim does remember something like an article of clothing, he will add color, as you can see here in this sketch.
The completed pencil sketch is then scanned into Molina's computer. From there, he can make digital tweaks without erasing. Once it is complete, these images are just one of many tools investigators will use. Never is it the sole means of identifying a suspect. It seems difficult, two minds working together to create a connection that could help solve a case. But Molina says seeing the convicted criminal's arrest photo laying next to his sketch is the ultimate satisfaction in his job. Jessica Holly, Action 10 News.